Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today I'm going to be making a compost bin. I have so many dead things in my garden after the snowstorm in Texas, and I figure, why not recycle them? So let's go recycle all that we lost, shall we? Okay, so here's my compost materials. Is the soil. I have to go get that off the back. But it's food scraps, lots of tea, orange peels, eggshells. Those eggshells are empty. And I heard I can even, I read I could cut up the egg cartons and throw that in the compost bin as well. Branches from a lot of the plants and leaves from things that I lost in the snowstorm. Anywho, so boom. Oh, and this is the bin that I'm going to use. And we're gonna put holes in the top and the bottom. Maybe I'll use that bigger one. No, I'm not gonna carry all of it. We're gonna just use this one, right? Okay, so I'm gonna stuff down. I could kind of throw it all in there, but the idea is for everything to break down, and it'll break down a lot quicker if I take the time to kind of break up where I can. It's nice weather today. I'm feeling good, so I'm just gonna sit down out here and take my time and do it. So here's the bucket. It's a 30-gallon container, and I use my rotary tool to put holes in the bottom. If I use a bigger bit, like a larger, wider circle, I would do less holes, but this one's tiny, and so I've put a bunch of them in there. So I start with sticks at the bottom so that there can be some airflow for everything that's on top coming from the bottom. And then I do my dead plants and leaves. I just broke it down into smaller little pieces. And then I add a layer of dirt. And then after this layer, I'm gonna add my food. If I had a bigger bin or more materials, I would just keep doing the same pattern over and over again. You want to keep your layers fairly thin so everything can break down. Then I rip up the egg cartons and put that on top of the food before I start my paper layer. I try not to use paper that has too much dye in it, but that's not always easy to do. So you do see some colored paper in there. After I add this layer of dirt, I'm just gonna water it until the water starts to run out of the bottom of it. And then I dug around in the ground and got some worms, because worms are very important to compost, but you don't have to have them. Put my lid on and poke some holes in the top of it using my rotary tool. Probably should have done this when it wasn't on top of the bin so the plastic wouldn't have fell inside of it, but it's all right, thug life. Okay, so that's it with the compost bin. I'll be sure to check back in with you guys and give updates. We'll wait about 3 weeks before we peek in there and see what's going on. So it's been a month, and I'm just digging through to show you guys how much everything has already broken down. You see some eggshells. It takes a while for the eggshells to break down. And it's hard to tell, but I am scraping the bottom of this, and the sticks have broken down. The leaves are non-existent. There's some of the eggshell carton. I did notice that there were some little plastic pieces from envelopes that I shredded that did not break down. So in the future, I probably won't shred envelopes. Oh, look, and my worms are still in there alive. And this is it, guys.